there, this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to go ahead and do the chrysanthemum flower on the Pilsner beer glass. And I'm going to be using the sunflower yellow, and these are the folk art enamels, which are the glass paint, the yellow ochre, the Thicket, which is the green for the leaves, and I'll be using the sunflower and the Thicket for the leaves, and then the Wicker White. Alright, so what I'm going to do is get started doing the leaves first towards the bottom. I've already cleaned my glass, and just make sure that you do that as well before you start painting on your glass. Whether you take denatured alcohol and rub it on it to make sure that the glass is clean of any kind of dirt or, you know, like finger oils, that type of thing. And that's the important part. So I've already cleaned my glass, and I am just going to go ahead and start by putting some petals around the base of the glass. And hopefully you can see this. I'm just going to turn the glass and keep painting. They're pretty easy leaves to paint. I'm just kind of stroking my brush a little bit, double loaded it, and then just kind of pull it, wiggle it and pull. And then I'm going to put a little line down the center. Right now I'm starting off with just around the base. And then we'll continue to add some more leaves as I go. And I apologize, I have a cold right now, so my voice and maybe a little different than usual. So anyhow, that's the first step. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw in some of my vines where I'll be painting the little blooms on. I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger, thicker. You can see some water in my glass. I didn't get it dried out very well, which I should have. Sorry about that. And then just kind of do your little vines, whatever direction you want your bloom to go. Just have to be careful that you're not putting it too close to the next bloom that's right beside it. And I'm only going to do 3 blooms just for the sake of the video. You can add more if you want, or more, you know, maybe even just some more greenery. And I think I might do that. And you can add that after you get done painting the blooms too if you wish. I think on my other video I went ahead and I did the flowers, most of the leaves first, but I'm going to go ahead and start off with my yellow ochre and sunflower. Double loading a Filbert brush and get this started here. Now if you're feeling like the painting is too opaque or too transparent, you can go over it again if you wish. But keep in mind, this is going to be the petals that are underneath most of the painting. So they will have more paint on top of them than what you're seeing right now. Try to turn it in there. So I'm basically just touching and then turning my brush and pulling it. Touching and pulling. Touching and pulling. And then I'm going to go ahead and start layering the next level of leaves. Now on this one, I'm going to go ahead and use the same colors right now together. And that would be the sunflower yellow and the ochre. And then I'm going to go ahead and after this layer, then kind of switch them out a little bit. Again, my brush stroke painting I switched them out early on. This is pretty easy stroke. So on my next layer, what I'm going to do is do the yellow ochre, and I'm going to put some white in it. Just gives it some contrast. That's the main reason for it. Like I said, and hopefully right now you're able to see these. I feel like I never can tell where I'm hitting right now. I'm going to try to line it up before I do the video, so again, I apologize if it's not a lot of, if some of it's not in your viewing, because I am really trying to get it in your viewing. Okay, then on the next one I'm going to do the sunflower and then do white with it. Again, just giving it a little bit more contrast. Just want to be able to see the different strokes, especially when you're using yellows. Sometimes it can kind of look the same. I'm just going to kind of bring a, whoops, I did it backwards. Of course I did. Sorry. Just have to reverse it here. And this is just kind of bringing a layer of the flower out a little bit. There you go. All right, so that's going to be more of the open bloom. And then I'm going to go over here to the next line and just do my, kind of like my little petal, partially open, not completely open leaf petals. And I like to try to get them to be as opaque as possible. There we go. I'm going to kind of switch over here a little bit to get a lighter shade in here. A little bud, and then I'm just going to do one more bud, excuse me, one more flower bud kind of thing design over here. This is just going to just be an extra vine. It's not actually one that I'm going to, on this one I'm doing the yellow ochre and the white. I'm just trying to mix them up a little bit. You don't have to be, exact. and just making them to where they meet up here to this little piece of vine. All right. Then I'm going to go back to my wicker green, or I'm sorry, my thicket and my sunflower. And it's actually wicker white. I don't know where I came up with thicket green, but who knows. And I'm just going to come up here and just kind of touch and pull. Get them part of this vine. Try this again. My brush is getting too globbed up with paint. Alright, and turn the glass. Go back into this one here a little bit. And just do some little pieces. I just, sorry, I'm getting paint on the glass from my fingers. Never said I was a neat painter. And it's easy to clean up if you do that. Not difficult. And you can go back down the vine if you want to, just to kind of make it smooth back in nicely. Up to you. Now I'm just going to go back through and decide where I want to add some more of my leaves. And like I said, on this one, I'm not going to put a bud. I'm just going to do some leaves. Actually, sometimes I can get kind of heavy-handed with my leaves. If you don't, if you don't like leaves, a lot of leaving, on your products, that's fine. This is just a sample of what can be done. You can use it as an inspiration, and then go towards using, doing it, creating it as you wish. That's up to you, obviously. Will be totally your choice. But can you see where these would just be awesome presents to give? Maybe even a fun girls' night out. Painting, glass painting can be fun. Doesn't have to be serious. And when you're baking these, and I always forget to mention this, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but when you're baking these, make sure that you place them in a cold oven and then preheat. Add your preheat time to your bake time. With Folk Art Enamels, the bake time is going to be 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And so if your oven is like mine, my preheat time is 20 minutes. So my glass would be baking for a total of 50 minutes. Then make sure that you turn off your oven and allow the glass to cool, because you want to make sure that there's not a sudden change in temperature, as that is what makes the glass break. I've even had that happen to me with excuse me, with baking dishes. You wouldn't think that would be the case, but surprise, surprise, it can happen. They're glass. Just have to be careful with it. I think leaves are fun to paint. There's so many different types of leaves too. You know, if you like to chew a different leaf, you know, maybe you like it to be where they're wiggly on one side and smooth on the other. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. You know, if you want to do, you know, put in some like push and pull type leaves, you can do that too. If you want to put in some ghost leaf, meaning that they're just really light and not two different colors, you can do that. On this, I'm just going to go ahead and add in some of the touch and pull type leaves. Those little fillers. So like that one is a little bit more opaque than or more translucent than I like. I like my glass work to look more opaque. I like it to look full, you know, make it look nice. I think it's turned out pretty. Touch and pull, touch and pull. Touch, pull and turn. There you go. So I'm going to stop at that. And I think it turned out nicely. Let me know what you think. And feel free to share, like, comment. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like I said, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and I will continue doing hand-painted glass. Hopefully I need to get out and get some more wine glasses to paint on. So I've basically been painting on glassware that I still have some extras of. So I can continue doing some different designs on the glassware, which would be, you know, I think the wine glasses are really popular, but, you know, craft beer and all that's becoming very popular now too, at least where we live. So if you like to drink beer, you might want to look at your options as far as painting beer glasses. Alright, and that's it for today. I appreciate you stopping by. Again, let me know if you have any questions, and until the next video, have a good day.